Today, we have a really awesome, really special video for you guys. In this video, we talk to artist Samsa. If you've not heard of him, he has over 1 million total views on his Soundcloud account, 5,000 followers. He's from Queens, New York. We touch on a lot of topics in this video. We talk about his interactions with fans online, inspirations he's had in his music. We talk about the fact that he has a unique perspective by being Pakistani and a Muslim, and how rap has given him a voice and a chance to speak through that perspective. We even talk about how you can, nowadays in hip hop, you can write a rap about giraffes and people will listen. It was an incredible conversation and discussion that we had. So if you do end up enjoying it, leave a like and subscribe for more content, and enjoy the video.
Yeah, I like to think I'm well equipped as any other average guy, but I just can't discover love, and I don't even set my standards high. On top of that, I'm camera shy. Maybe I should opt out of the dating pool and be an undercover Tinder samurai.
What's going on, you guys? My name is Cole Zurich. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm joined again with my friend TJ.
Hello.
We are doing another interview with an amazing artist, and we found this guy on SoundCloud, and the moment we saw his profile and listened to his music, we knew it was something we was interesting, and just right off the bat, something that we wanted to get acquainted with. The poetry, talk rap, jazz influenced artist Samsa is with here. Welcome.
What's up, dude? Nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for taking time out of your day to come chill and chat with us.
No problem, dude. I'm glad you liked my music enough to reach out. I mean,
yeah, of course. We're honored. Like, I was telling somebody about your music, and you know that moment when you want to like put someone on to like new music, but
right.
Then that person like ultimately is like, okay, but like what do they sound like? And you're kind of like forced with like, I don't want to put that artist into a box, but like at the same time, it's like,
yep.
I want you to go interest you. And I told her that it was like poetic talk rap mixed in with relatable subject matter in a charming tone.
That's perfect. That's what I go for.
Charming is actually a good word.
And I'm good. Yeah, it is charming.
It is a charming style of.
Oh, thank you. I'm blushing.
We're glad.
Yeah.
So like.
Well, did she listen? That's the kicker here. Did she?
I'll have to find out.
All right, let's.
She did
check
have
up
that
on
like. I said all those things, and then I had like a moment where I looked back and I was like, that's actually like the perfect thing to say.
Right. Right.
If not more. But and then she kind of had like, okay, and was interested. But I think a lot of your music comes from this like because like your music is poetic, and the diction you use, the words that you use are like super interesting and diverse. But then at the same time, you have this subject matter that people can relate to, like with your song Tinder Samurai.
Yeah.
And it's just like these obscure references to like Shido ninja stars, and then it's like Tinder. So it's like brings together this really cool sonic experience, if you want to go into that.
I really do try to kind of bridge the gap between, because rap music traditionally hasn't touched on subjects like rap music has been traditionally limited to a very narrow scope of subjects, right? But only recently have we been seeing this change where people are okay with different subjects being touched upon. Like, you could rap about giraffes now, and if you do it well, people will be receptive to that. If you did that, like if you went up on a stage in New York in the 90s or 80s and you rapped about giraffes, unless you were Slick Rick, like unless you were Slick Rick or something, you'd probably get, I don't know, like you'd be a pariah, really. So I'm thankful that SoundCloud and the internet has given artists like me a platform to, because I'm more comfortable rapping about giraffes than rapping about, you know, the traditional topics. So I'm happy that this has occurred.
Yeah, and if you make a song about giraffes and someone listens to it and doesn't like it, you can be like, hey, bro, it's just a rough draft.
Yeah, oh my God.
I hate you. I really hate you.
That's perfect.
Yes. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
No.
That's perfect.
I'll give myself that.
I got some lie. That's so bad, dude.
Oh, man.
So another thing I wanted to touch on is TJ showed me your channel, and I spent like the next couple weeks just listening to it on my own. before he even told
Rough
me.
giraffe.
Yeah, he's still on that. I'm glad that has like a rippling effect.
And I was like, God, that's so bad.
It's perfect.
So like I was listening to your SoundCloud, and then one of the first things I noticed is the way you interact, or you invite people to interact with your channel. Like a link to your Twitter is like along the lines of like be my friend, or like say something to me. So
Right.
What was kind of the inspiration of having that kind of like way of going about interacting with your fans?
You know what, like, aside from it being a strategic move, which most things really are, I mean, here's what I see it as. If you're an artist and you're not interacting with the people who enable your career, you have to be stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense. You either have to be cruel or stupid, because it like pains me that other artists don't interact with fans. Like, I see that happening all the time, and it baffles me from a strategic point of view, because these are the people who are enabling your entire career, your livelihood, your passion. And then on the other hand of it, it's like, why would you not want to talk to the people who support you, right? Like, it just, so it's not something that I'm really like doing more. It's just like nothing, the alternative doesn't make sense to me. Like, if
it's almost like common sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's like common sense.
Yeah.
If you're a small business owner in the 1970s and you own a pottery barn, and people are coming in every week and buying your pottery, you're going to be like, yo, Rachel, thank you for coming. I appreciate this. You allow me to make my livelihood. If you ever need a fucking pot, come in anytime. Like, you would do that if it was face to face. So the fact that people don't do it because it's online, it doesn't mean that those letters aren't humans. There's humans behind those comments too. So it's just like, it just makes sense to me. It just, everyone counts. And I'm glad you noticed that too, because I think more people that should be the new strategy. I hesitate to call it a strategy, but that should be the new way that artists interact.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I noticed it was you call it a strategy, which I understand, because I'm an artist myself, and I know that's a big part of, like, especially on the YouTube channel, when people reach out and say like, hey, like, I really learned something from this video, I always make it a point to like reach out to them and be like, thank you.
Exactly.
Because that communicates to them that like I'm a real person behind this YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not too famous to just talk to someone. And when I saw like the approach you had on your SoundCloud, I kind of got inspired from it to just send out a tweet to my own followers and be like, hey, like, send me something you're working on. Send me like art or photography or a song or this and that. That's awesome. And then like 2 people tweeted at me, and one of those was like the coolest song on SoundCloud, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It's crazy, because it's like we forget as artists or business owners that these people are humans too, right? Like, they have lives and dreams and aspirations and love lives, and you know, they have favorite movies, and like, they're people just like us. So I feel like when you do something like that, it's so smart that you did that, because then it bridges that gap, and then you make friends instead of fans, and friends in the long term, friends are what are going to allow you to make your living, or friends are what are going to allow you to have a fulfilling life even, right? Like, just being around cool people. I just like that so much, that idea of being open and outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us have you had any interesting interactions as a result of this approach to your
Oh my God, it's crazy, dude. And you know what? This is how I am in real life too. So it's just an extension of my natural personality. So like, in real life, I'll be walking down the street, and if there's a woman with her dog, I'll go up and strike a conversation with her. And by the end of the conversation, I'll have learned a thing or two about poodles, right? Like, it enhances my life. So it's the same thing for the SoundCloud thing. Like, I reached out to Atlas, who's one of my idols, and that was 2 months ago, and a week or two after, we put a song out. Like, bam, it was that easy, just reaching out to someone. The craziest part, this is by far the craziest fruit of our labor. My label, which is OTJ, Off the Jump, that's completely comprised of people I met online, and all of those people I met on either SoundCloud or some kind of hip hop scene online, and we've met up multiple times, and we have a label together. So it's just like reaching out to people. It opens doors that you would never even. So yeah, it changed my whole life. I mean, and then not even to mention, I'm talking a lot, but the last part I guess is just the people that I've met. There's so many fans. There's rapper Wistfully, there's Mayflower, there's Lychee Mints, there's Limbo, there's Super Kason, there's Sloppy Sod. There's like people I could just name off the top of my head. People who like I feel like they would take a bullet for me, and I don't even get it. It doesn't even make sense. Like I'm just a random college kid, yet I have people who are like vouching for all of my songs. And I think the reason that people start to care the way that they do is because once you reach out to someone, like I said, you become their friend, their family, and so I'm just thankful for everything like that has happened. It's just crazy to me.
It's a good perspective to look at it that way, because I mean,
Yeah.
and like you were saying, it's like a lacking thing, because a lot of people, when you think of hip hop, or when other people think of hip hop, it's like, oh, trying to be cool, or trying to like show
Right.
off, have this image that like you're cool for everybody, or that nothing bothers you, and blah,
Exactly.
blah, blah. And it
Exactly.
kind of puts up a huge front for who you actually are, and then people will be like, oh, he's actually this way, or oh, he's that way. Like I didn't know that.
Exactly.
And a lot of people's musical personality is different than their personal personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I like about lo-fi hip hop, and it's such a new genre, but the one thing I like about lo-fi rap is that the pioneers of lo-fi rap are unapologetically themselves. Like
Yeah.
we are nothing but ourselves. Like Tinder Samurai, I couldn't imagine anyone rapping about not having a love life 10 years ago. You know what I mean? But now it is celebrated because people understand that it's just a part of the human condition. So and like Atlas. I don't know if you guys listen to Atlas, but I would say he's a pioneer of lo-fi hip hop, and he raps about insecurity and mental illness, things that are authentic.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And I think we were talking about this yesterday too, about the fact that like when hip hop back in like the early 2000s stuff, when they used to influence how we dress. Like I used to wear baggy pants and long shirts with money signs on them because I thought that was like the cool thing, because that's what it was doing.
Exactly.
And that's what they were doing in hip hop. And now it's like you have so many people, and hip hop is like the biggest hip hop people, like Young Thug, Kanye West, are like quote unquote fashion designers, and they have their own clothes, but it's a thing that like not everyone in hip hop is like, oh, we gotta go buy their stuff.
Exactly.
A lot of people reject the fact that they are a trend, and they reject following trends.
Right.
So they will just dress themselves. So like when it comes to dressing and how you look in hip hop, like I don't think it's not nearly as big of a factor, if a factor at all, as it used to be.
I agree completely.
Ago.
It's like it's not universal anymore. There's enough niches and subgenres and sub artists that people can craft their own identity, and that's so necessary. I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, and it gives like a voice to people, and also to the listeners, it gives like a sense of like something like refreshed. Like you don't have to keep going and listening to the same topics from different people. You actually have like a range of different topics. Like Asheroth, like
exactly.
Like when he came out, same with Mac Miller. It was like the college white boy rapper who raps about love in college and just raps about things that people were like, why are you talking about that stuff?
Exactly.
And so it makes sense, and I am also glad it's going that way. You don't have to live up to these standards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's necessary. And plus now you have, we're in 2017 now, right? This is like a critical time in our nation's history where everyone would agree that unity is what we kind of need most. And what better way to get people feeling positive than having everyone have a voice? Like I'm Pakistani. I'm Muslim too. And rap has allowed me to feel like I'm able to express myself. Sometimes, I feel like I might not be, but I don't know, rap, and then the same thing for the LGBT demographic, or, LGBT people. They, like, no one's saying anything, like, there's no opposition anymore. Everyone's allowed to do anything they want in hip-hop, and I like that. It's like
there's a rapper named Cakes the Killer, who's a gay rapper, and he's nice.
He's like he spits bars, dude.
He's hot.
Yeah.
He's
he's good.
Yeah.
And but it's like Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, he probably gets comments about his sexuality and about what he raps about, because it is like when you listen to it, he's talking like, you know how dudes in hip hop will
I've
talk
heard.
about girls, he'll talk
Exactly,
about guys.
exactly.
And personally, I don't care as long as he's a dope rapper. I don't care if you talk about guys, girls, whatever. But
Right.
like, if that was 10 years ago, like, it would
Oh my
be
God.
a lot different than
It would be-
how
yes,
it is now.
exactly.
And I'm not saying he doesn't get flack for it, because he probably does. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, and I've seen him on like Hot 97 with Peter Rosenberg, like.
Right.
Like, at least he's being able to go to platforms like that. And
Oh, absolutely.
Not have a huge,
Just look at Frank Ocean. I mean, that's like, it's great. Everyone's just a lot more accepting, and for the flack that they do get, these artists, well, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna get flack for anything ever. You know what I mean? There's always but yeah, I'm happy what hip hop is evolving into.
Mm-hmm. And then speaking of, I've wanted to ask you this question for a while, and the way you rap, like he mentioned earlier, is like, I don't know if you do it on purpose, but it's like kind of like a talk rap where it's like, there's a rapper named Milo or a rapper named Bus Driver who are very similar.
Oh yeah, those are my two idols, dude. Like,
really?
Yeah.
It's very similar to me, like when you rap, and it's like, I think it's, because your voice, like talking to you, your voice sounds the same as when you rap, which is not bad at all. And it's, I like that, but it's like
weird.
It's like it is. I mean, it's not weird. It's just a lot of people sound differently. But
well, it's weird in the sense of like that there's no like changing cadence. Like when we like would talk to somebody and it would sound completely different than like a rap.
Right.
It's because like you actually like you have a cadence because of like a lack of cadence. It's just like your voice.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I you know what? I think a lot of lo-fi artists do that, or just because it creates this extra level of authenticity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's literally unapologetically me. Like there's no, I'm not pitching down the voice or doing like some kind of I don't know, like affected voice. Yeah, stuff. It's just so it is weird though. Yeah, I'm noticing it now. Like you could put a beat on right now and me talking could be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's good though, because Milo and Bus Driver were two that I kind of connected with because of that. Because there probably obviously are people who rapped like that before them, but I never heard them. So when I heard those two, I like flocked to that. And when I heard you, I'm like, wow, it really gives off like this vibe of the talk rap, and I enjoy it. And it's just very soothing, and it makes your words sound more poetic to me.
I think so too.
Because like your lyrics are very like poetic, like the Cataclysm. Yeah. I was looking at the lyrics yesterday, and I'm like, what is thunk? Like, I had no idea what that was. So it's like I'm like right clicking to look up what it means, and like I'm like,
that's
it's
awesome.
It's a cool thing to learn stuff from lyrics. So.
Oh, I'm glad. You know what? That's another thing. 5 years ago, you wouldn't be able to use words past like some of the words that I use are extremely like medical jargon or maybe like academic jargon. You just wouldn't be able to use that. People would like make fun of you. But you know, I guess with the internet now, people are more open to just fucking like looking it up if they don't know it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Yeah, and that's you're a college student, so like I'm sure you're informed by all the different classes that you're in, like each semester.
Exactly.
Like that's an influence of like new words into your vernacular.
Absolutely. I'm an English major, so like if there's
well then even more so.
Even more so. Exactly. But yeah.